sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We've got what should prove to be a good one between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Rams. Turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Lawrence to throw. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready, 60 Pittsburgh.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That caught by Manhertz. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they wouldn't move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Toward the sideline, did he keep? He got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. Open man left side, it's a tight end, Manhertz. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And they'll run with Etienne. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Once more, ETN. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars.
Makes the score Jaguars 7, Rams 0. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle. So this defense for the Jags, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of what they saw on tape.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now Lawrence on 1st down. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot. 2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, right back to ETN. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Lawrence to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
A give, running right, ETN. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
14, Rams nothing. Logan Cook to kick off for the...
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
At the 30-yard line.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Tyson Campbell. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A give to ETN running right. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
And that's a pleasing run there by Travis Etienne. And every time I see him carry it, I think of the word mature. Why? 4 full seasons at Clemson, not something you normally get with a running back. Had almost 5,000 yards rushing, the school record, along with 70 rushing touchdowns. That's both the school record and ACC record. The second running back taken in the draft after Najee Harris from Alabama, number 25 overall. He's now wearing number 1 in the NFL after wearing number 9 at Clemson. He loves those single digits.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Officially nothing on the run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, stand off.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And Shark calls it in. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 20-yard line.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Haywood!
A handoff for Etienne. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. On second down, Etienne once more. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try to run with Etienne. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal.
You didn't jinx him.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball, try to get things settled down a little bit.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Here it comes.
Here's Stafford. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Jags are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tackle made there by Trayvon Howard.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Logan Crook to kick off for the Jaguars.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
At the 31-yard line.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chunking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
54, Mike. Come on, D. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Big stop, D.
Stafford on third down. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Watch the run, watch the run.
Back to the air, Stafford on 2nd down. Room to run past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
It's now 3rd down.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Big 20. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line.
At the 27-yard line.
Here's Stafford. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
He may go back to the huddle and have a little discussion with his passer. You know, maybe you don't have to leave me quite that much. But on that play, bailed him out in a big way, didn't he?
He did indeed. Hey, at least he gets to put it on the highlight reel.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Woods. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
That's good for an LA Rams.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this. Oh, Del Beckham Jr. with a diving grab.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On first down, Stafford here. Going up top for Kupp. And my goodness, another interception. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off.
And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
On second down, Etienne once more. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. They'll run with Etienne. Room here to run. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 64 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's a give to Etienne. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A handoff running left is Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. Lawrence. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way in 10. Now Etienne. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. And they'll go again with Etienne. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. He's going to take another shot here. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. On first down, it's Stafford. They'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The 41-yard line.
From the 41, Stafford. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Hey, 1-7.
Stafford looks to throw again. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line. A shotgun snap for Stafford. This is caught. It's Woods. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Now it's Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now down to 20.
Jaguars 27, Rams 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 20.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Another toe for Etienne. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
15-1.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's Logan Cook now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford.
Over the middle, complete. That's Woods. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford to Michelle on the dump off. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. From the 50, Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right at midfield. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they take a knee. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure
Okay, it's the Rams up now. They're on the clock. The football team now on the clock. Let's see what they do. Now the Dolphins are on the clock. Who do they have their eye on? The Broncos are on the clock now. All right, the Bears are now on the clock.